All right, so I've been watching the World Cup. I've watched a lot of the World Cup. You know, it's a good distraction. That's all it is. It's all sports are, a distraction. As long as you're aware of that, and you know that some of these games are rigged, and you know it's about as real as television. It's not life or death. Sports isn't life or death. It's just entertainment. Most people treat it like that. But I just found it odd that I'm watching the World Cup, and all of a sudden they want to do a outer space segment. They want to talk about the Russian space program because the World Cup's in Russia. I just think it's weird that every World Cup commercial there is for the World Cup about soccer, there's a spinning ball Earth in it because, you know, it's the World Cup. So basically the trophy, their logo is a ball Earth on top of a trophy. I don't know. It's just weird that this segment is being used right now. Like, why are we talking about outer space during a soccer game, a soccer tournament? It's just programming.
Nikki Stadium. Well, despite its enormous size, Russia, a country always looking to expand its horizons. And that quest has routinely taken them to outer space. For more, here's National Geographic reporter Sergei Gordeev with Exploring Russia, presented by American Express.
Why? Why are we talking about this during a fucking football game, a soccer game? Oh, we know all these millions of people worldwide are going to be watching this soccer game, so we better put some outer space programming on the television.
Here at the Samara Space Museum, visitors can touch and see many of the milestones in Russian space history.
But can they go into outer space? They take your money, but do they get to go to outer space? No. Only governments and Freemasons go to space.
The museum's exhibits focus on the space program's many firsts, including the first man in space, Yuri Gagarin, and the first spacewalk by Alexei Leonov.
This is as close as you can come to being in space without actually going there.
No, that's as close as you're going to get to space ever, because you're never going to go to space.
But to really know what it's like to cross the final frontier, I caught up with cosmonaut Oleg Kononenko. Only 16 people have spent more time in space than he has, a staggering 533 days.
Роль
Bullshit.
Самары очень важна в истории российской космонавтики. Я считаю, что Самара — это столица российского космоса. Отсюда пошло все. В космосе быть очень...
Is that real? Does that look real to you? Doesn't look real to me. I mean, there's all kinds of excuses as to why there's never any stars, you know, in these videos of the ball Earth, even though they're further up and closer to the stars than we are, but somehow you can't see them in outer space. I don't know.
Интересно и необычно, потому что...
Does that satellite look real to you? Do you think that's what satellites look like? The only reason why anyone knows what a satellite looks like is from programming like this, from CGI like this, from showing you a satellite over and over. You've never seen any of them in the sky. We never see one of those satellites pass in front of the moon, not once. There's like 13,000 satellites up there. None of them ever go in front of the moon.
Нигде вы не сможете парить так же свободно и свободно ощущать свое тело. Там вы ничем не ограничены.
Look at this real footage.
Конечно, жизнь...
Oh, it's so real. That satellite is so real. What is filming that satellite? And whatever's filming that satellite, why can't it, you know, pan the camera around and film, you know, 15 other satellites flying around? It's always just one, even though there's like 13,000 up there. They're only just going to show one. They can't use that same camera and show me buildings upside down in Australia?
Отличается от земной. Мы там более чувствительно относимся к друг.
Sorry, but this doesn't look real to me. This looks like a movie. This looks like technology.
К другу. Если бы люди жили на Земле так же, как мы живем в космосе, то, я думаю, не было бы войн и конфликтов. Космос — это не арена для состязаний, для соперничества, а космос — это то место, где мы должны совместными усилиями продвигать.
I want to remind you that this isn't the National Geographic Channel. This is Fox Sports, where soccer was on. It's still the soccer program. It might not, yeah, it's FIFA World Cup today, but what are they talking about? Outer space, showing you a spinning ball Earth, programming you to think you live on a spinning ball when you fucking don't.
Науку и исследовать.
Speaking with Oleg Kononenko,
This is why people think they live on a spinning ball. This kind of programming over and over and over in random shit that has nothing to do with space, like a soccer game.
taught me the most important lesson of all.
The history of space exploration started with a race. Now, more than ever, its future depends on collaboration.
Right. Its future depends on collaboration. Collaborating with all the world governments to make the population think they live on a spinning ball when they don't. Oh, look at these guys. They're playing soccer up in space. I'm sure they're up in space right now playing soccer.
Even the cosmonauts have caught World Cup fever. They watched Sunday's win over Spain from the International Space Station.
Oh, really? They watch soccer all the way up in space from the International Space Station? Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to believe that. This looks more like it's set up in a studio somewhere, but sure, they're up in space with our tax money watching soccer.
There they are, pumping their fist. Well, on this day, 24...
Kind of ridiculous. Kind of ridiculous that they're talking and showing outer space during a soccer game. Programming you to think you live on a spinning ball.